Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward.
O'Reilly. Is your car no longer stopping like it used to? Don't miss out on spring brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will help you find the brake parts and supplies you need to do the job right the first time. You'll find great deals on brake pads and rotors, fluids, degreasers, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Each day brings more admissions by the U.S. government, more convenient exploitation by Fox News about the leak of the bioweapon from the Wuhan lab. Surely it happened. I have 3 experts that will say it happened. We have class action lawsuits in Dallas, Texas, Jerusalem, Israel. The Chinese have tried to evade service of process that they can run, but they cannot hide. They are being served as we speak. Again, it's Larry Klayman and Freedom Watch, which actually take real action. We just don't get documents. We just don't go on Fox News. We actually do something. And the government has known this for a long time. It was known even during the Trump administration. We have a national security agency that grabs communications worldwide, keeps them for at least 5 years. The CIA hid this, the NSA hid it, the FBI hid it. They'd rather arrest peaceful protesters in Washington, D.C. Apparently yesterday, they arrested some actor in West Hollywood. This is what they spend their time doing, rather than dealing with real crises like the COVID-19 attack on the United States. It's Freedom Watch, which is your action group, and everybody else just wants to talk. I listened to a monologue by Steve Hilton on Fox News the other night. I was on a plane. Otherwise, I don't watch Fox News generally. But it was an excellent interview talking about the establishment. This was a monologue, rather. It was on his show, Revolution. But you know what? He had no solution. This is what's wrong with the country. Full stop. That's it. Who does he bring on to do commentary? Sarah Carter in her typical low-cut dress. I'm tired of looking at cleavages. Okay, frankly, they're not that good to begin with. But the fact is that that's not going to solve the problems of this country to bring on somebody like that who has no solution to anything. So, and not picking on her, but it's everybody else as well. It's time to get up off the couch. As I say in my book, it takes a revolution. Forget the scandal industry and get to work. This country needs to be saved. And that's why I want you to go to freedomwatchusa.org. I want you to sign up for our 3rd Continental Congress on July 5th and July 6th of this year in Philadelphia at Independence Hall. We will declare independence. And then also the news today is the fact that Biden plans to appoint more female Black appellate court justices. I mean, is this a joke? Is where the country's going to? You know, I'll tell you something. White people are cowards. They're running for the exits. Take anything you want. There's actually something on TV where someone goes into a convenience store in Atlanta or some other place, just loads it up with a trash can bag and walks out, and the security guard just watches. I think it was San Francisco, actually, that happened. Frankly, you know, it's time for all people to rise up, including white people. Stop being scared. Stop being embarrassed of who you are. Stop telling other people, take what you want, just leave me alone. I want to go play golf. I want to go play tennis. I want to have a scotch. I want to smoke a cigar. It's time to save the country. If you don't get up and do something, there will be no country left for your children, grandchildren, and future generations. How can you look yourself in the mirror? How can you have any sense of self-respect? We need judges because they're black and female. Are you kidding me? Everybody's equal in this country. It should go on merit, not on affirmative action. Affirmative action should not happen. Yes, if an African American or some person who's a minority gets ahead and does as good as somebody else, that needs to be taken into consideration, particularly if he comes from an economic background or a social background that doesn't have all the advantages. But there can't be any quotas. Ronald Reagan talked about that going way back into the 1980s. And now it's become, frankly, a joke, but it's a bad joke, which is destroying this country. And if you talk about racism, racism is going to increase quite a bit as long as this push occurs. That white people are inferior and black people now seem to be able to get things for free. If you want to see racism, that's going to cause it. It's going to increase. And that's the problem here. What Biden and Harris are doing is a recruiting tool for the Ku Klux Klan. And mark my words, and I'm a Jewish American, I'm a Jewish Christian. I see what's happening with anti-Semitism. They're whipping up anti-Semitism against Jews as well, because we're being blamed for the plight of others in this country. And the Jewish left is contributing to that because they're socialists, they're communists, they're atheists by and large. They don't even support Israel. So this is where we are today. We're all equal, and we need to then go to our Third Continental Congress, go to freedomwatchusa.org, sign up, and get my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. I'm not like Steve Hilton. I'm not like others. I just don't complain. I have solutions. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can get it at all major booksellers. You can get it with a contribution of $50 or more at freedomwatchusa.org, which helps us do our job. And please contribute to our cause, because we're frankly the only ones that are doing anything concrete. You probably get in the mail all these petitions. Sign this petition. Give us money from these other groups. That's a joke. That's a fraud. Those petitions do nothing, even if they're sent, which frequently they're not. Contribute to a group like Freedom Watch, which is actually doing something. When I say I'm going to do it, I do it. That's my message for today. When the father and son say they're going to do it, they do it. And I suggest that you heed the warnings of what happened to other ancient civilizations that collapsed ethically, morally, and legally. We must rise up and save this country. We're on our back. We're nearly dead. We're on life support. It's time to get serious. Stop playing games. That's my message for today. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. Remember, the father and son will only help those that help themselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening.
Things I thought could never happen. Me in a punk band?
What?
We Are Lady Parts, a new original comedy streaming only on Peacock.
A confused mix of hash anthems and sour girl power. Syra, vocals. Aisha, drummer. Bisma, bassist. Mumtaz, band manager. And me, Amina, lead guitar.
You were really good until you puked all over the front row. Ew.
We Are Lady Parts, all episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.
Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward. Forward.